I'm Milky. Great to have you come by. I'm going to be kicking off a bit of a bunch of videos actually leading up to the global launch of Marvel Snap, which is all around featured decks and different decks that are maybe meta decks or different decks that I'm trying out different cards for. So really hope some value to you and that the videos are an enjoyable watch and maybe something a little bit different as well. I like to play the meta stuff for sure, and winning's good. But I also like to theory craft and play around with different ideas and different decks that maybe most people aren't playing. So maybe you're going to see some different decks or things that you haven't seen before as well. So that should be good. A bit about me: I'm Australian, so I've joined the beta of the game about 2 months ago. It's been really exciting to play through the first few months of the game. Lots of us in the region from Australia, New Zealand, but also the Southeast Asia region has kind of had access to the game for the last few months. Not as long as the beta players in the States and other people that got access early, but been playing long enough to kind of understand the game and know how to do some things and give some advice on how to play the game and whatnot as well. So I'm about collection level 1600, so I don't have all the cards unlocked, but it also provides a really good maybe snippet in time, which lots of players, really everyone is going to experience at some point in time. You're not going to have every single card in the game. You're not going to have every single card to make those meta decks completely. So you kind of have to have filler cards, or you have to come up with different ideas of how to create decks and theory craft around that. So I think that's a really cool place for the game to be at. But I also think it's really realistic where lots of players are going to be. So hopefully with some of my videos or what I'm showing, I can help you along the way. And so up to the launch of Marvel Snap, I'll be doing lots of featured decks, and I've also started doing some videos around beginner guides, but also top tips when actually starting the game. So how can you maximize your progress? How can you min-max the things you're doing in the game to get the most return? And lots of other videos around how to maximize collection level, what to spend your gold on, what to invest in the game, as well as obvious things like deck guides and combos and things like that. So thank you again for coming by to check out my very first Marvel Snap video. I'm super excited for all the content that's going to be coming out of the channel, and also most importantly the people I'm going to meet along the way. I can't wait to play the game with many of you, to theory craft and deck build. I think there's some exciting times for the game ahead, not only as we lead up to the global launch, but beyond that as well. So again, thank you for coming by. And with that being said, let's get into our featured deck for today. So getting into it, I know I mentioned that I really like the more of the unique cards and the different styles of deck and often things that most people aren't playing. But I thought to kick things off, I wanted to go with an oldie but a goodie, and that's the Patriot deck. For me, Patriot's a super interesting card. It kind of stands by itself as something completely different than what a lot of other cards kind of do with kind of crazy abilities and whatnot. But I think it's a really interesting card and a really cool card to build a deck around. So let's get into a little bit of a breakdown of the deck. The first card here we have is Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is just a great card to have. I wouldn't recommend playing it on turn one, but that's up to you. Squirrel Girl can be used to get into locations that might be a little bit harder to get into, things like Death's Domain or the Sanctum Sanctorum, those kind of locations where you can't directly play cards there. It can be a sneaky way to get some power in there and potentially sneak away one of those lanes. So great card there. Misty Knight, just a good kind of stat stick card. It's going to receive the Patriot buff. That's why she's in the deck. We have Mr. Sinister, another great card to just fill out a location quite well. His second card's a token card which receives the Patriot buff. He's really good on things like the Raft, where you could potentially fill up the location quite quickly and get the benefit of that location. So I think he's a pretty cool inclusion in the deck as well. We've got Shocker, just like Misty Knight, just a great token minion to have in there to receive the Patriot buff. We have Mystique. Now, I'd say the high roll for Mystique is to be able to copy the Onslaught buff. You can double down on that ongoing effect for Onslaught, so that would be the absolute high roll. But Mystique can also work by just replicating or duplicating the effect of Patriot too. So there's a little bit of play around that you can do if you don't draw into Onslaught, or if you aren't able to play him early enough to Mystique off the back of him. So great card, and just allows for a lot more high rolly kind of plays within the deck, but also consistency as well. So great card. Then we have the card that the deck is built around, which is Patriot. So Patriot's ability is your cards with no abilities have 2+ power. Patriots are really the reason this deck's kind of like come to the forefront, and he really enables the whole archetype, I guess, of cards with no abilities to be played. So yeah, a really cool card, and he's kind of, the deck is built around him. We have Wave in the deck now. Wave's primary thing that she does in the deck is so you're able to play Onslaught on turn 4, and that really becomes key. If you can Wave on 3, you Onslaught on 4, and then you Mystique on 5, Mystique and hopefully a token on 5. You've set yourself up quite well to, if you've got the Patriot in hand, to kind of win the game with that kind of combo going off. So yeah, that's why Wave's in the deck. This is, a high roll enabler in the deck. Cyclops, a great token minion, fills out the deck nicely at a 3-drop. 4-drop, we've got Thing. Lots of people don't play Thing, but I kind of like the power. I think sometimes you can kind of get stuck at that 4-drop. So I like to just have something that I can put in there and I can play if I haven't drawn all the pieces I need. Probably not going to win you the game all the time, but I've found it pretty consistent in the way that I can play it, so he's in my deck. Then I have Red Skull, and lots of people wouldn't be playing Red Skull in this deck, but quite often you find yourself not drawing into the combo pieces. So then what do you do? Do you just retreat? So I think I've got Red Skull in there as just a big body that you can put on the board. There's a big negative. There's a big downside. The opponent can get up to +8 power from your Red Skull, making it really only a 5/7. But if you can strategically play this in certain locations, it can be a really good way to sneak away the location from your opponent without them really thinking. And often a really good way to go about certain things in Marvel Snap and to win games is by surprising your opponent. So dropping something like this can be a really big surprise, and this is one of the tech cards I have in the deck that's a little bit different to others. We have Onslaught. He enables doubling down on the Patriot buff. He's a target for Mystique's on reveal effect as well. He kind of just allows you to double the effects going on, obviously, but also just a surprise bonus amount if you've already got Patriot on the board as well. So that's why he's in the deck, and I kind of enjoy him in that spot. Then we got Hulk, and Hulk kind of does a similar thing to Red Skull. 12 power is pretty good now, and especially with the buff. And I didn't mention that Red Skull also recently got a buff from 14 to 15 power, and Hulk got a buff from 11 to 12 power. So these little buffs, they don't mean all that much, but often you're winning games by 1 point, or it allows you to draw a location, or whatever that might be. So I've enjoyed having Hulk in the deck. I think he's a solid 6-drop just to play as a big stat stick on the board that's also going to receive the buff from Patriot as well. So that's my version of the deck. Let's get into some games and see how it goes. Okay, perfect. So first game up, we have Pug. Great name. Love the name. And we have Central Park. So Central Park's actually pretty good location for us for the most part. I think usually it's always a good thing for us, Central Park. Cool. I feel like if I play Squirrel Go, I'll flood the board too much. I already do have the Patriot Onslaught combo, so I think my job now is to just... I might save this location in case this is a sketchy location, just so I can play what I want. Just so I can do the combo mid and potentially, you know, might drain the wave, might drain the Mystique. It will free up some space there. So he's definitely going to be on to us now that we're playing the Patriot deck, but we did draw the Mystique, so we have a few options here. I think we can still play Patriot, and I'll do that in the middle. And then if we do draw a wave, we can... That's an interesting play. We might still be able to come over the top of that, especially with that. So I think we'll play the thing in there, and then our turns are gonna look like Onslaught, Mystique Onslaught, but I'm not going to be able to play the Mystique, so I think I actually have to do this, which is a bit of a shame, but I think I think we're going to come over the top. We'll see how we go. Okay, that's absolutely fine with us. I don't want to snap him because he might run, but then again maybe not. So you know what? He initiated the snap, so let's do it. Let's give it to him. We'll see how we go. He might play Professor X here, which is going to be awkward. The Professor X would have been very awkward. But I think this just gives us the 8 cube win. I'm not sure. We'll see. See how it turns out. I'm not... what could he play here? He could play Rogue. I love these new emotes. They're so cool. He could play Rogue. Rogue would kind of, yeah, throw a spanner in the works for sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure what else he could play. I don't really know what his deck does here. Yeah. Cool Spider-Man variant though. Very cool. We'll see. Maybe he's just roping us. Maybe he's roping us. No, he's not. Oh, he's got Dr. Doom. So he did just get up in mid. Only just. But, we'll hit him with the thumbs up. That was a good game. Lots of overkill power in left lane, but we did end up getting the win. And let's queue in for the next one. Okay, perfect. So next up we've got KT. And straight into Jotunheim. So definitely don't want to be playing into Jotunheim early. I'll drop Misty Knight mid. And we'll see how we go with the locations. Okay, definitely not the best. Definitely not the best location for us, but we'll press on. We'll press on. We have the wave onslaught. Just thinking. Let's play this. Might end up doing part of the combo over in. We might end up doing the combo. Okay, that's actually fantastic for us. We can wave in there, and then we get 3 Hulks, which is beautiful. Getting that from the Gamma Lab, and also they'll receive the buff. So he can wave onslaught. You could probably just keep playing mid, to be honest. So that was a really good location for us to get there. Really hope he doesn't have a Shang-Chi, but hopefully that would definitely be a problem. Okay, now we just need to draw Patriot, and we have 2 draws for Patriot, so we'll see how we go here. Okay, no Patriot. Thinking about Red Skull potentially. I do have to Mystique though. So next term's looking like Mystique's Patriot Cyclops if we get it. If we don't get it, I mean, we go from there. But we'll see how we go. See if we can get the ultimate high roll with Patriot off the top. We got a 1 in 4. 1 in 4, 25% chance. See how we go. No Shang-Chi. Mojo. Killmonger. So Killmonger's actually pretty huge. Him taking out our Misty Knight there is pretty huge. So often they're playing cards like Doctor Doom on the Wong. They're playing could be White Tiger on the Wong. Those kind of things. So I think I would have just played Red Skull in mid there. But yeah, ended up retreating. Anyways, didn't get the combo, but still able to sneak out a win there. So let's kick on to the next one. Okay, so we have our friend KT again. We just matched up against him before. Let's see how we go again. I'll play Misty Knight into mid again, into the middle lane. See how we go with that, with the mid location there. Okay, Central Park again. Pretty good location for us for the most part. Definitely a pretty strong location. We have 3 parts of the ultimate combo already. Okay, so not the best play at all. It also means that we can't. Makes it quite awkward because we didn't play the card. Put a card here. So because we didn't play the card, we can't actually Mystique it. So it makes it a bit awkward. Makes it kind of us need to draw into our combo here. We can definitely still do the combo. We can definitely still do the combo. We just need to be a little bit more, a little bit more focused on getting that onslaught. So if you get the onslaught, I think we're all good. Okay, that Killmonger was absolutely huge for them. Leaves us with a total of 0 tokens on the board. I think we're going to play out. Yeah, we'll definitely play out Hulk. And, never know. We might be able to sneak out something. Sneak out a win. Sneak out a win. We'll see. We'll see. Is that better? I think this is actually probably the play. I don't think we're winning whatever's going to happen over here. I'm assuming he's got something in play over there. We'll see. We'll see. Onslaught would be a good draw. Would still only kind of give us +4 on 3 cards. So I think we kind of have to play like with one mid here. And okay, another retreat. Again, another example of the combo acts us not really getting the full combo, but getting Patriot, and kind of Patriot got pulled by Sakar, so definitely not the best situation for us, but we were still able to again scrape out the win. So that was a good one, and let's kick on with the next. Most card games have some sort of vanilla kind of mechanic in the game where there's like token minions or token cards that get a buff from a card, and I always found that pretty interesting kind of like deck to build around. It's definitely something I don't mind at all. So this game we've got the Uberfish, very cool Infinite avatar, as well as a Superflow. So Superflow can really help us out with getting Onslaught down early if we're able to draw our Onslaught and our Patriot. Okay, and then we've got the Mirror Dimension. Okay, so we've got 2 of the 3 combo pieces. I actually don't mind like slamming it down mid, and we could probably pass the turn as well. Any benefit to getting it down early? I think I might just pass the turn, and we'll push on. Mirror Dimension could turn into the Superflow, which would not be good for us. So I think now I'm gonna get Patriot down. We'll go from there. Really hope he doesn't have a Iron Man. Okay, so maybe doing us a bit of a favor there. Kind of makes it awkward for us. Well, definitely makes us awkward for us. We're not going to have time to draw into Onslaught, but I think this is probably the strongest play we can make at the moment. And then we just spend the rest of the game filling out the rest of the board with token cards. Oh, okay, so Rogue really gets us there. Yeah, well played. Lost the location, lost the flooded location, but might win them the game, especially if they have something like something to go wide really quickly, a Doctor Doom, or even if they have a blue Marvel or something like that. Do I push 14 power? 14 power, 14, 11. 25 power to Nidavellir. I think I'm going to go for the Superflow. Does make it a bit awkward, but it kind of also makes them play into it. So Hobgoblin, not the best for us, but also they're going to need to play there to win. They also haven't got the benefit of having Hobgoblin on their side, which would give them +2. But I mean, you don't want a Hobgoblin on your side, but I mean having a card on their side. This essentially pushes 25 power here, and I think that's probably the strongest play we have. We just hope they don't have like a blue Marvel or any sort of board buff. See how we go. Again, I don't really want to snap. There's no real need, for me to snap. I'd rather just see them play out the game, especially if they're thinking of retreating. I'd rather just see it played out. So we did a bit of the old dupe here, where we've gone faked to play into the super flow, and they've played in. So this is going to hit us pretty hard. Oh, that's a great play. Still hasn't won them, and we win by a total power difference over on the right hand side. So playing into Nidavellir definitely was the play. That hazmat was a bit of a crazy rotation at the end, but again coming out with the dub. That was a good one. So next up we have Danny and Muir Island. I definitely take advantage of that with Misty Knight. Patriot in hand, which is good. Hoping for the rest of the combo pieces, and we'll see how they go. Subterranea, pretty awful location in general, but I mean, if you're playing a deck that's going to take advantage of it, Patriot's probably it. Okay, so kind of awkward turn now. We can potentially give up Muir Island, but I kind of don't want to. So he caps it out. So he's going to be a little bit disappointed when he finds out we're playing a Patriot deck here. Well, I mean, I guess he should have known that we were already. And I think we just keep playing. I should probably. That doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't think. Unless we're not going to play all the cards there. So I think we'll go for the higher power play here. Okay, so he's got a zoo deck. He's a fair way ahead of us over there, but I think we can... I'm hoping that we draw Onslaught, and if we don't draw Onslaught, we're playing for mid, aren't we? So definitely awkward that Cyclops got hit now, but I mean, probably the better out of the options. So next turn... So he'll go to 26. I'll go to 17. Hulk will still win that. Unless he's got a blue marble. But I think Hulk still wins that. So I think just continuing to play into these locations is the best play. So maybe we should 6, 9. Yeah, this is probably my strongest play. Okay, so I don't think he's going to be able to beat us there with 39. And I think this is my only play. I mean, I could play mid. +4, so 16 takes us to 20. But I think this is just the better play. Takes us to 33. I'll hit him with it back, and then we'll hit him with the Spider-Man. I think this is our play, and we'll see how we go. So he doubles down on the buff, but it's not going to be quite enough. So, good game. Good game, Danny. Okay, so this one we've got Hewitt. I think that's how you say it. And Necrotia. Definitely not the best location for us, but we can often make it work. Ooh, a move deck. Very cool. Very cool. Don't see the old move decks that often now. We're not going to be able to do the combo here, so we may as well keep playing into it. He will be able to move things into Kiln later on. Okay, so it does seem like we're going to be doing the combo there. We might need to just try and squeak Squirrel Girl over there. So I can do this. Maybe Patriot now is the better play. We'll Patriot, yep. And then I think we're going to Cyclops and Squirrel Girl next turn. Okay, so change of plan. Probably going to be, I think Mystique and Squirrel Girl is the play here. He's going to push things mid. Just going to make it awkward, but we need a token here and we need a token here. So let's go with this. Okay, so he's got the Doctor Strange, pulls both of them in. Oh no, just pulls Human Torch in, sorry. Goes to 4. Sorry, I forgot about Doctor Strange. I forgot about the Necrosha. So this turn we can't do anything. We just don't do anything, I don't think. We can only play here. I'm going to save that for Onslaught. So let's see how we go. Captain Marvel. Interesting. Okay, so they retreat. I think they might have been aware what was happening, especially when they moved Human Torch out. Okay, we'll call this one the last one. Hey, and we actually have TattleTale with the awesome Leech avatar. Very cool. Hit him with the hello. TattleTale's actually a friend of ours, so great to have him. Great to have him here. I think we'll just play Misty Knight into Karmatage. Let's see how we go. I'm not too sure what kind of deck he's playing. Some sort of discard deck, I assume. Okay, so Sakar pulls Mr. Sinister for us and Carnage for him. That's a bit annoying for him. We're definitely not going to snap him. But yeah, that's a little bit awkward for him. It's interesting, a Forge. So we don't have Patriot yet. We don't have any. We don't have any combo pieces at all. But I think we're just going to play into the right location. We get some rocks, but I think that's okay. Okay. The double Forge onto Sabertooth. Very nice, very nice. We'll leave space for the combo, but we'll see how this might work. I actually am really not sure what he's playing here. This is looking like a Red Skull and then a Hulk in the mid to me, but we'll see. Oh, the Doc Ock. The Doc Ock. Okay. The Doc Ock. So he's got to beat 11 on the left, and I draw a rock as my final card. See how we go. Good luck, Maddie. Good luck, Maddie. Oh no! Get the retreat. Couldn't take it out. The surprise Red Skull got him. That was a really cool Doc Ock play though. Well done, bro. That was cool. So that wraps things up for the Patriot deck. Had a lot of fun playing this deck. Lots of different kind of ways to win games. Obviously, you've got the high roll combo. You've got the just general combo with Mystique and Patriot. But you've got lots of different other ways to win games. And I think with tech cards in there, like the ones I use potentially with Red Skull and Hulk, opponents are expecting you to kind of build things up to the combo, and maybe they're trying to prevent that. But you can also just drop really big power on them and potentially surprise them and win locations and win games that way as well. So really cool deck. Thanks for hanging out to the end. Really appreciate it. So it's been great having you. And if you like the featured deck style of videos, please consider giving this video a like, and also we'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting regularly throughout the week new featured decks, new different guides and content for Marvel Snap as we lead up to and go beyond global launch. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.